Hello and welcome to my second video on a treasure hunt, as I've called it, towards a transformational insight. It can make life so much easier for us. My name is Imogen Caterer. My website is www.hopecatalyst.com, where you can find out a bit more of this if you want to cheat and not wait for the next video. And you're allowed to cheat on this one. Okay, so I was talking about we think out things outside, our achievements, our stuff makes us happy. What if that isn't true? Ever felt dud after achieving something you thought would be great? Ever felt tired when you thought you would feel energized? Any of those things suggest that there's something more going on here. So let's have a look at what's hidden in plain sight. So often we don't look at the obvious. Have an angry thought. Think for a moment something really angry. Do you have an angry feeling? Yeah. Think about tiredness and how tired you are. You're going to have a tired feeling. Yeah. So, how about a happy thought? Have a happy thought. Think about something that's really happy. Think about some great day out you had. Now, do you feel happy? Isn't that amazing? Because that works. Does that absolutely always work? Honestly, unless you're going to have a big spiritual experience or a little spiritual experience in the middle of it, which just happens sometimes, that works. That always works. Okay. It's the thinking, feeling connection. Now, the real one, and why the one that really works, is the thought feeling connection. Thought being a spiritual state that comes down and just generally reflects your thinking and then creates a feeling. Sounds a bit complex, but don't worry about that bit. Basically, something going on inside your head creates the experience. Okay, creates the feeling. Right. Outside world actually doesn't. Outside world looks like it does, partly because the thinking commentary in our head is, that's bad. That person, they just did a bad thing, therefore feeling gets created that goes with that. So if we keep thinking around what we see, and we selectively see in the outside world, will generally create what would seem a feeling. But it's always the thinking that's doing it. It's always the thinking, and it's even the thinking selects what gets picked up on. Okay? A number of people say, I've had a miserable day at work. Okay. But did you notice how the sunshine was gliding in your desk? Shining on your desk, and how beautiful that was? No, because you were obsessed with something else. So we're even selective in what we're prepared to think about. So that sounds may sound a bit complex to you, but basically thinking inside of our head, what goes on inside of our head, creates the feeling, not the outside world. And yet we more and more crave, the outside world's approval, the outside world's, stuff, the outside world's, acknowledgement and recognition. And it doesn't work to make us happy. It really doesn't. Now, There are some other things in this video about clarity, for instance, how to get insights. Not in this video, but in the video series, I should say. Insights, clarity, relationships. How we lose the answers to things, how we can't find stuff sometimes because we're up in our head getting stressed. So do carry on, but that's an interesting piece. What I've given you this day is an interesting piece in itself. Start seeing that the thinking that you're doing creates the feeling. Thanks very much for listening. If you want to know more, I'm at www.hopecatalyst.com. Thanks.